So this is an overview of how to create a rubric. So I'm going to go to Assessments. I'm going to go to Create Assessment. And I'm going to go to the bottom of this list, Rubrics or Continuums. I'm going to tap that. And I'm going to create a rubric or continuum. And it's a rubric is the one I want. So in here, I'm going to put a title. And it is Oral Presentation, and I'm going to say it's a language arts. It could be anything though. And then subject. Now in here I could tap in the box and just type in what I want there. I could tap up top, type the stage. Could be a words or a number, and then here is the category. So I could fill in my rubric that way. But I might, let's say I have my rubric already completed and I don't want to bother typing it out. I could take a photo of the rubric. So I could go up here and go take photo, and it would open up the camera and I'd take a picture of it and that would come in. Or I can insert a photo, and that would be as if I've already have the rubric in, say, Google Docs, and I take a screenshot, and then that saves it to my photos, and then I insert it that way into this program. The way that we're going to do it here is get from a website. So I'm going to tap get from website, and there's lots of great rubric websites out there. The one I tend to use is RubyStar, and so I'm going to go to RubyStar here. I'm going to tap in the address bar at the top. I'm going to tap again and copy. I'm going to copy that address. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to tap down here, and I can hold down and paste. I'm going to do that again. I can hold down there and paste, or on the keyboard just above the W and the Q, there's a little clipboard and a paper. That's a paste too. It's sometimes a little easier to do it that way. And up here, I'm going to type RubyStar, the title. Okay, and then that will be there forever. So every time I go to create a new rubric, I can just tap this little arrow beside RubyStar and it'll open up the website. It just saves me from searching it. And I'm going to open this in Safari at the bottom, you can see, just to make it bigger. So the great thing about this site is there's lots of rubrics already there, but they're editable. So I'm going to go to Oral Projects. And so there's lots of different ones. And I'm going to go to Oral Presentation Rubric. Oops, I held it down too long. If I just tap on it. And now it does ask for your name in that because it puts it at the top of the rubric. I just fill in anything in because I actually cut this stuff off. So I'm just going to fill anything in. You do have to put in 99999 if you're not from the United States. You don't have a zip code in the United States. And I skip down here, and this is the actual rubric here. So you can see where it says category. I press please choose. There's lots of different kind of choices for a category. So I could put, let's say, speaks clearly. And it automatically puts in this kind of from a 4, 3, 2, 1 down, speaks clearly and distinctly all the time basically, and mispronounces no words. So if I don't like some of the words in this, I just tap and I back out what I don't want and enter my own information. So I like how you can edit it. I can tap up here. I don't want 4, 3, 2, 1. I want like excellent or exemplar and words. I can do that. And if I don't like speaks clearly, I can tap over here and rename the category. But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put preparedness. And I'm going to say I like those. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to do stays on topic. And I'm going to do posture and eye contact, let's say. And then I could also just enter down here my own. So say nothing in there fits what I want. I just enter my own down here. But I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to say, yeah, that's good. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. This is kind of the tricky part of this. I scroll down to the bottom and I go submit. Press the submit button. So here it is. Here's my rubric. I'm going to zoom that a little bigger on the screen. And then I'm going to take a screenshot by holding the home button and the power button at the same time. Take the screenshot, tap on that little picture, and I'm going to go to the corners here and just hold down and drag in. I kind of drag it down just so it kind of fits in exactly the way I want it. Get rid of kind of all this junk. And that's good. And then I just put done. It says save to photos. Yep, that's what I want to do. And then now I'm going to go back to my app. So I'm going to press assessments up here in the top left-hand corner. That goes back to assessments. So I come back here and it says, if you made a rubric and saved a screenshot of it to your photos, you can insert it now. So I press OK. And it asks me if I want to access my photos the very first time. And I say, you have to say yes or OK. And then I'm going to go to all photos. And I'm going to just choose the most recent one. And there it is. So I have my rubric in Assessment Tracker now. So I'm going to submit this at the top. Now it says, do I want to create an assignment based on that rubric? Because I could have a whole bunch of different assignments on that rubric. It could be, I could do an oral presentation every term and I'm going to use this same rubric and I don't want to recreate it every time. I'm just going to create a new assignment and attach this rubric to it. So I'm going to say, yes, I want to do that now. And I'm going to title this, let's call it Science Presentation or something. And I'll say the subject science. Even though it's a language arts rubric, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to leave everything else just like it is. I'm going to select all the students on the side because no one's selected over there right now. I'm going to tap that little select button, select them all. I'm going to go to rating scale. I'm going to use a 3-point rating scale and submit. So here are all my students. Now you can't see the rubric. So this is kind of like a list view. And if I tap the expand, the little arrow beside their names, it'll expand down and show the rubric for that student. So here we are, and I just tap with my finger. And if I don't like it, it automatically puts a little check mark there. If I don't like it there, I can tap on it again, down, and I can just tap where I want the little check mark to go. I give an overall rating. Let's say they got it, and I could collect evidence if I wanted, and put a comment as you've seen in other videos. And I can also email this, and it'll email this rubric and everything to the parent.